Hello boxing fans, how we doing? Hope you're all well out there. Welcome back to Andy's Cavern. Boxing, for a bit more chat about boxing. Now, I wasn't going to make a video about this because personally I don't think it should be happening. I think it's bad for boxing, and depending on the outcome, it could actually be disastrous for boxing, depending on what happens. We're talking about the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight, of course, which is taking place next weekend, I believe. So 50, I think he's either 58 or 59. So he's something like 31 years older than Jake Paul, which is just ridiculous, eh? And it's actually been sanctioned by I think it's the Texas Border Control or something like that, as an actual fight that will go on both their records. Had it been a exhibition, it might not be so bad, but I believe it's 14-ounce gloves and 8 2-minute rounds, which might help Tyson a wee bit. But I mean, you see video clips of him, he does look in as good physical shape as a 58 or 59-year-old guy could be, but the video clips, you're only seeing 10-20 second bursts, aren't you? You're not seeing him out for a 5-mile run or anything like that, see how he's looking after that, or even a 3, 2, 1-mile run. You're not seeing any of that kind of stuff. You're not seeing him sparring for any length of time. You're not seeing him hitting a bag for any length of time. So what's going to happen? What is going to happen? That's the question. Obviously Tyson's got a lot of experience, but Tyson was shot probably, how old is he now? He was shot 25 years ago. Anyway, he was done then, wasn't he? Got beat by Danny Williams and Kevin McBride. No disrespect to them. I don't disrespect anybody who gets in a boxing ring, because it takes a lot of guts and balls to get in a boxing ring and have a boxing match. It's a sport you can lose your life in. You can legally kill somebody, and people have got to be mindful of that. This isn't a game. You don't play at boxing, as many people say, in the boxing trade, whether it be trainers or fighters. So they'll both be aware of the dangers, so that people can get deluded away, thinking they can still do what they did 20-30 years ago. And then if they're surrounded by cheerleaders egging them on, oh yeah, you're great, you're fantastic and all this, and they start believing their own hype. Now, I'm not saying Mike Tyson can't beat Jake Paul, but at the end of the day, when you've got an age difference, he's almost old enough to be his granddad, isn't he? Not quite, but legally. But in real terms, he could be. So you're not going to go and pick a fight with your granddad, are you? Because that's just wrong, eh? And I heard a guy I admire a lot, Frank Golfeather, he was actually talking in one of his videos about sparring young guys, you know, just bringing them on and giving them some experience. But he says the young guys look at him as if to say, is it okay to hit this old guy? Is Jake Paul going to look at Mike Tyson and think is it okay to hit him? I don't think he'll be too bothered about hitting Mike Tyson, but I don't think Mike Tyson will be too bothered about hitting him, unless there's a script to all this. I believe it's been shown on Netflix, so is there a script? Is it all planned out? Is it going to end up as a draw? Is it going to end up somebody injured? Because if you get brain damage, you don't undo it. That's undoable, isn't it? So nobody wants to see that. Mike Tyson was an iconic fighter back in the day for a short period of time, but when he came up against anybody really good, like Holyfield or Lewis, though he's way past his best when he fought Lewis, he's actually probably past his best when he fought Holyfield. He came unstuck, and he never really came back from any adversity in any fights, like come off the floor to knock the other guy out. There's a lot of people got a misconception that he knocked everybody out in the first round. I've heard umpteen people say, "Oh, Mike Tyson knocked." Mike Tyson didn't knock everybody out in the first round. There was quite a lot of guys took him a distance. There's guys like Tony Tucker, James Bone Crusher Smith. They all took him. They took him a distance. Mitch Blood Green, who was a New York gang leader, if I remember right, he took him a distance. There's another guy, I can't just remember his name as well. It took him, James Quick Tillis. I'm sure he took him a distance as well. So he wasn't knocking everybody out. That was in his prime, back in his heyday. So there's a misconception that he annihilated everybody, but it's not quite true. I mean, he was a really explosive fighter, and short and fast, and he did have a decent jab for a short guy as well. And I think he studied the history of boxing. He was, he's probably like a boxing historian, so going way, way back. I remember watching a video about him, sitting night after night watching videos of all the old fights and all the old fighters, and talking in great depth with a lot of knowledge about it. So he does have a wealth of experience, but often when you get a bit older, your mind writes checks that your body can't cash. So he could come unstuck, and it could turn into a sad spectacle, really. Yeah. If you remember the Kevin McBride fight, I mean, like I say, I don't disrespect anybody when laces the gloves up and gets in a boxing ring. Because for us fans, they guys are putting their life on the line and risking it all to entertain us. So that should never be forgotten and should always be appreciated. But I forget how long ago that was, but it was a long, long time ago. And it was like he just gave up. He didn't have a fight in him. It was a sad spectacle. So we don't want to see anything like that either, do we? So I don't know. I just don't like the fight. I don't think it should be happening, but everybody's talking about it. It's getting a lot of, it's gaining momentum in the media, unfortunately. People will watch it, won't they? It's like there's people that's never seen Mike Tyson fight. They'll think it's great. Oh, Mike Tyson. But one of my first memories in boxing, I've said before, I've spoken about this before, it was quite a sad one. It was Muhammad Ali fighting Larry Holmes. And I was only a small boy at the time. But Muhammad Ali was widely regarded as the greatest. Everybody knew he was the greatest. And I couldn't understand why he wasn't beating Larry Holmes, because I thought he was the greatest. I thought he was unbeatable. But I was just a wee boy, I didn't know. I didn't have any knowledge or real understanding of what was going on. And that was a sad spectacle. So we don't want to see sad spectacles. I mean, Muhammad Ali was probably nearly 20 years younger than Mike Tyson is now. Eh? So, but then he went on too long as well. And he was the greatest. So, where does it go? How does it end? Hopefully, I mean, there's a lot of people who want to see Mike Tyson knock out Jake Paul. And that's probably the favourable outcome, isn't it? Because you don't want the sport of boxing doesn't really want a Disney star coming in and knocking out somebody that's regarded as an icon in boxing, So, there we go. That's my thoughts on it. Like I say, I wasn't going to make a video on this because I feel it shouldn't be happening. I think it's bad for boxing. There's no getting away from that. That's my opinion. Maybe you think it's good. I don't know. But I'm not asking you to agree with me, as always. Make your own mind up. Don't be a sheep. So, that's my opinion as a fan. I don't expect everybody to agree. I don't actually expect anybody to agree with me. But if you've got other views, feel free to write in the comment section. When I get time, I'll have a look. I don't always have a lot of time. Time poor I am. You're probably fed up me saying that as well. But it doesn't matter. That's the truth, eh? So you're only going to get the truth here, I'm afraid. Ain't no BS in this channel. So, regardless what anybody thinks, well, you're getting my version of the truth, so what I believe to be truthful. As always, no interest in BS. So it's happening, so it's a bit like, I don't want to see Derek Chisora fight anymore, for example, but there's nothing I can do about that. If Derek Chisora's passing medicals and he wants to fight, and even though I think he should have retired a long time ago, and people are paying him money to fight, nothing I can do about that, but I'll have to talk about it, because predominantly this is a boxing channel. So this is happening, so I just kind of feel I've got to talk about it, because that's the way it is. But I'm making it very clear that I don't agree with it. I don't agree it should be happening. But so what's going to happen? What is going to happen? Could Mike Tyson knock him out? He could if he lands a heavy punch on him early on. But then Jake Paul's a young fit guy, so I think Jake Paul's the favourite. Probably going on his youth. But I've been thinking about this all day today. I still don't think I can come up with an answer of what could happen. There's so many scenarios, but I don't like splinters on my backside, so I've got to make a decision somehow. Wrong or right be it. I'm not always right. I'm not a fan, like I say, I'm not an expert. So how's it going to happen? What's going to happen? I think if it's not scripted and Tyson can land on him early, he could probably knock him out in 3 or 4 rounds, I think if that happens. But otherwise, I just fear Mike Tyson's going to get hurt. That's the fear I have. Or I've just got a bad feeling. I feel something bad's going to happen, but I don't want to say that. But that's just, I've got to be honest, like I say. I don't think it's going to have a happy ending. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think it's going to be a happy ending. So I hope I'm wrong, and everybody comes out the ring with their health intact. But unfortunately, that's just the way I feel. Either way what happens, I don't think it's going to be a happy ending. Or it might be a draw, or something like that. So anyway, that's my thoughts. Feel free to put your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell and share this channel with all your friends that like boxing, but not the ones that don't like boxing, because you'll just annoy them or waste their time, so we don't want you doing that. But anyway, thanks very much to each and every one of you for watching and supporting the channel. It is growing slowly. I want to try and do different things going forward, maybe try and do some interviews or something like that. It's not something I've done before, so I'll have to do a bit of research on the best way to go about things. I don't want to look like a fish out of water or whatever, but we'll see how we go going forward. But I've got a few other ideas and stuff to do with that as well, but again, it's just getting the time to do these things. It's not always easy when you've got a young family or whatever, so time is the most valuable commodity we've got, so all I would say is make the most of your time, because at the end of the day, we're here for a good time, not a long time, aren't we? So this isn't a dress rehearsal, is it? So it's life. So, but you've got to enjoy it and live it to the full as possible, the fullest as possible. So anyway, it's getting late and I'm getting tired, so I'll love yous and leave yous till the next time. Take care, everybody. Good health. Cheers.